So this game I am playing as Kha'zix jungle. I want to play Kha'zix for a few reasons. Firstly, I don't really have a recent solo queue, uh, recent season 4 sorry game on Kha'zix. So I thought, let's do Kha'zix, and also I want to gather some clips for him for an upcoming video that I'm going to be doing. So um, loads of reasons to play jungle Kha'zix, and outside of those reasons, of course, Kha'zix is just like a really strong jungler overall. He's very powerful, quite fun to play, and all that good stuff. So for my runes and masteries, I am going for 80 reds, 80 quints, armor yellows, and magic resist blues. My masteries are 2190, just very offensive, like a like an assassin should be. I'm a bit loud compared to the game. It doesn't matter too much, I don't think. But I can turn my sound off a teeny bit, I guess. So yeah, I don't really know what my game plan is this game. I don't really like to think too much about that. I'm more interested in what it will be like as the game develops. But if I can snowball, then that's going to be really good. And looking at what lanes to gank, maybe Fiddlesticks might actually be really easy for me to gank, because it depends. Like, it's really hit and miss. It can be really hard for me to gank him, or it can be really easy. He's got no escape, but he could just fear me and walk away. Like, it's generally that easy to avoid my gank. I may have to turn off my local recording, actually. I'm gonna do that. It's making me lag. So I'm saying my blue buff here just because it's the closest camp. Well, bug splat. Great. Oh, cool. So we're back into the game, and I didn't actually lose anything. We didn't if we had recalled at that point, that would have been really bad, but because I'd had to run back from spawn. But we didn't DC, it looks like, so that's all fine. So I'm just taking away my red buff here. I think against an Aatrox, I'm not really too scared of being invaded. I think I could beat him up probably, but I think if I hadn't DC'd, then I may have taken my Wraith camp, but because I reconnected right next to my red buff and I didn't want to waste any more time, I'll just take that away, and it's really not that big a deal, so it's fine. Alright, let's see if I can get a level 3 gank off somewhere. I'm not really looking for a level 3 gank. I don't really like doing them on Kha'zix, but they can work, and it's worth trying. I'm not going to spend too much time here though. If it doesn't work, then I'm gone. Yeah, I think he knows. I think he knows I'm there. So I'm going to head up top now and just show my face, because Shyvana is really low here. Yeah, this was really odd. Like, I knew 100% this was going to be a bait. Like, there's no reason why Shyvana would stay around on that low health, knowing that I was probably going to come and gank without someone being there to bait. So you can, like, as a laner, you can probably recognize when people are going to go bait, because it's usually really obvious. People think they're being sneaky, but they're really not. And you should realize that it's probably a good time for for Aatrox to be ganking, because he's going to be starting at his red buff most likely, then he's going to go to his blue, and so around 3 minutes, or just after 3 minutes, he's going to be looking to do his level 3 gank, like I was doing, set hard a bit behind because I DC'd, or bug splatted, and so he was going to be around top anyway, and yeah, but whatever, like, it's a shame I didn't get there fast enough. If I had potentially maybe not head around mid for so long and just gone top, that might have been better, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to he should still be okay in that top lane. I think Rengar is kind of hard to bully out. It looks like he's building tanky as well, so yeah, tank Rengar, like, it's almost impossible to lose lane as tank Rengar. Even if you get set behind, it's fine. So it would be worse if he was playing a different champion that needs to snowball, or that has a particularly weak early game, so that if you then get behind in that weak early game, then it can be really ugly. But yeah, I think it'll be fine. So I'm just clearing through the rest of my jungle here. I may head back soon. I don't really feel like there's anything going for me. I don't know if we can get this gank off bot lane. I'll try, but it's going to be difficult. If they can just keep going, just keep going. I might have to flash, I don't know. So I used my W there, and it looked like my W was kind of wasted, because Leona was dead and then I used it, but nice. I actually used my W as Leona was still alive, so I didn't miss my W on Caitlyn or anything. I just used it a bit too late. So this guy first picked Fiddle mid, and whenever an odd pick is taken as first pick, I'm always a bit worried because there's only one reason why that person is picking these odd champions. It's because they like playing them or they're good with them and they know how to play them. Like, I'm always way more scared of someone picking an odd pick than I am of someone picking a like flavor of the month pick. Like, if someone had first picked Ziggs, I wouldn't have been as scared as if someone first picks Fiddlesticks, you know, stuff like that, or like a Poppy or something. Those like obscure champion mains are really, really scary for me in solo queue, because I always I don't care about flavor of the month or whatever. I don't think that is necessarily all that important. I think it's what's more important is whether or not you can play that champion. So, I mean, like, I've come against junglers who will pick, you know, like for example, against I was watching a stream, someone picked Kha'Zix jungle, and the streamer invaded that Kha'Zix at his red buff. Like, the streamer started at blue and then invaded his red, and Kha'Zix started at his blue. So basically, they met each other at this red buff here, both level 2, both with blue buff, whatever. It was Lee Sin, who is stronger than Kha'Zix, although it's kind of close, I guess. But it's what the Kha'Zix did was, firstly, he tried to kill the mini creeps before he killed the big one, and secondly, he like completely ruined his rotation because he didn't actually use his W to heal anything, and he only used it on one creep. It was just like everything was just awful about the way he was jungling, which just means that he doesn't know how to play jungle Kha'Zix. There's something like wrong with not knowing how to play a champion. I mean, that's fine. I'm not hating on him and calling him a baddie because he can't play Kha'Zix, but Kha'Zix is an extremely scary champion overall. But people pick them just because they're strong for that very reason. They get picked because they think that they're, you know, going to give them free wins and stuff. And sadly, I don't really feel that's necessarily the case quite often. You'll always be better, basically. More of the story is you'll always be better on a champion that you are comfortable on rather than a champion that you think is strong. But anyway, enough talk about that. So I'm going to go top lane after this red buff here. I need to give this Rengar a bit of help. I'm just going to get away this red buff and then head up top. I would have liked to have taken that blue buff actually from Ziggs, but I think Ziggs is one of those champions who actually really needs blue buff, and we'll see what he'll be able to do with it. It can be really hard for him to deal with a Fiddlesticks who has endless sustain if he doesn't have blue buff, so. But I might be able to sneak into this first bush here. It depends how close. Nah, that minion's weight is too close. Wow, she just missed her. Like, what Rengar should have done there, even with not me being there, even without me being there, I suppose I should say, because that's better English, is as soon as Shyvana missed her E, he should have just started fighting her, because that is where all Shyvana's damage comes from in trades. Like, it's the application of her, it's obviously her burnout, but it's also the E damage, which keeps hitting for percentage health. So Shyvana tags you with an E and then starts beating the crap out of you, you take a lot of damage. So if Shyvana loses that E, like misses it or whatever, then she loses a lot of her trade damage, so it's fine. Like, that's a good time to go in, is when that E has missed or is not up or something. So when Shyvana like missed her E over, like she shot it up into the wall for some reason, Rengar should have just turned around and tried to beat the shit out of her, because I think he would have won that trade. Although at the same time you could argue that Rengar is more of like a burst trader rather than someone who trades with auto attacks. But even for those champions, you can still trade with your autos. Like, it's always underrated how much damage your autos do, especially on champions that don't, like, non-auto attack champions. So even like mages mid lane or something, they will be reluctant to use their basic attacks or to trade with their basic attacks because they're like, oh, I'm a mage, you know. And really, basic attacks are very, very strong. So I'm looking for a lane gank here just because I think that's the best place for me to go ganking. Difficult for me to go mid because Fiddle's not there, and also Aatrox was lurking around, so I don't want to do that. Also want to go bot just in case my bot actually gets ganked themselves, because they're pretty much in a prime position to get ganked because they're winning really hard and quite pushed as well. So I'm just going to pray this bush isn't warded. It could be warded, but I don't know. Aatrox is definitely here, but yeah, like, this is just a bait really for. I knew this. If Leona was going in, there was only one reason she was going in, and that was because Aatrox was here. Again, This is what I was saying with the bait that happened top lane. It's really, really obvious when baits are happening, and you can use that to your advantage. So, like, Fiddle is in this bush here. It's actually quite risky to take this dragon away, because if Fiddle ults in, he's got a lot of damage to take us away. So, what Ziggs needs to do is just put his W on here if Fiddle tries to ult. I don't think Fiddle will try it though. I think he realizes he's not going to get an ult off. Yeah, so we get that dragon for free. So yeah, like I was saying before, when I walked into this bush down here, it was a prime position to get ganked. For my allies to get ganked, so for me to counter gank basically. I knew that chances are someone might try and gank that lane, because I didn't know where Aatrox was, so there's a good chance of them being ganked, and if they did get ganked, then I'll be there for the counter. So now this top lane is kind of sad, because I want to help him. I feel bad because the reason why he's losing, well, I don't know. One of the reasons why he's losing is because I DC'd, so I couldn't actually go top and help him early. But at the same time, it's, wow, that bush, that thing isn't even a bush. But at the same time, I don't really think that I can necessarily help him. Oh no, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. Oh, Fiddle's here, Fiddle's here, Fiddle's here. No. Mercy. Oh, it's not here. He's still in this bush. Oh no, Aatrox is here though. I can kill that Aatrox. I can 1v1 Aatrox really, really easily. I just don't know where Fiddle is. That is the only problem here. I don't know where Fiddle is. And if he's around, then we're in trouble. But if he's not around, then we can actually fight this really easily. But at the same time, I am really nervous of where Fiddle is. I think Fiddle is around here. There he is. Oh, this is warded. I don't know why he's here though. Oh shit, there's the barrier. And the fear. I don't think I can actually chase. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know where Leona is. My bad, I got too greedy then. Good ult from Ziggs. So it was worth it, I think, giving a kill over to Leona for me and Ziggs. So yeah, that actually worked out, even though I'm not going to claim like that was what I planned, because that was a mistake by me, but it worked out nicely. I knew I was stronger. Like as soon as I jumped over here, I knew this was a bait because I've got it warded. So I knew Caitlyn was here, and I knew that Fiddle was here as well. So I knew that something was going down. I knew that I would be jumping right into the enemy team, but I was okay with that because I figured that I could still fight, and I was strong enough to do that, and I was strong enough to do that because they were all really low health, and because I've got my evolved Q, it does percentage health damage on the my evolved Q does percentage health damage based off how much health they're missing, and because they were all quite low, and in a lot of instances they were isolated as well, my Q was doing a ridiculous amount of damage. So if I were level 11, that fight would just be even easier because I would be getting the resets from the jumps, but it wasn't the case. But it was still easy and worth. I can actually kill this guy. It's just about his fear. The only thing I'm scared about Fiddle is his fear. I don't know how long it's going to last for. I don't even want to kill that guy, but I'm going to do it because I don't know if Lucian has the DPS to kill him. I would like to have given that kill over, but I don't feel as though it would have really worked. We just shouldn't be here. I don't know why I'm here either, actually. What I want to be doing right here is donating my blue over to Ziggs and actually trying to invade them, because I think we're stronger than them. Like, I'm definitely stronger than Aatrox. I'm pretty sure Ziggs is stronger than Fiddle, and if we are fighting, I think we can win. So I kind of want to use that pressure and actually invade them, but unfortunately I went bot them for no reason. Like, that was actually quite a bad decision by me, so it means that they can take away their buffs uncontested. But I'm not going to go bot now because I don't need to. Like, if Ziggs goes bot and fights there, then he doesn't need me to help that fight. Like, if there's actually a fight that's going to happen, then my presence there isn't going to change the outcome whatsoever. So I don't need to go there, and also I've just need to pick up my buffs as well, because if I leave my buffs up for too long, then they'll just get stolen. I'm actually going to head up to top now and try to give this guy a bit of a gank. I think I can, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, oh, it's Fiddlebot. I just want to get a Q off onto her. That was actually not a bad trade, considering how much health she has. I did a lot more damage to her than she did to me, and I think we can win this fight. I don't know actually. Aatrox has his revive passive. Nah, we can win this fight. I'm pretty certain we can win this fight. Yeah, I'm 100% certain we can win. So I'm just gonna sit here and wait for Aatrox to engage. Or maybe we can just engage onto him. I'm going in. Fuck it, I'm going ham. Alright, chums, let's do this. Damn, I think we could have got a kill then, but still, I don't know what she's doing. I don't think she thought my wings would be up. I need to be really careful of Fiddlesticks. I am really scared of that Fiddle, so I'm actually gonna get the hell out of here and run away. This Rengar says that I could have let him get that kill, and you know, that's he has a point. I guess I could have let him get the kill. I didn't take it to be greedy. I just took it because he'd previously flashed out of the tower range here because he drew tower aggro, and so to run back in to me suggests that if he were to take tower aggro he would die again, and I was on low health as well, but I have my jump reset, so I think that was just a safer play to make. But oh shit, I just used my smite, that's kind of bad, dragons up. Potentially, could have given that kill over to Rengar, but I don't think it's a big deal. And we can actually fight here really easily. I don't know whether this is warded or not, but if it's not, then we can definitely fight. I'm just going to chuck a little 1-minute ward there, because if Fiddle shows up over the wall, then we want to be able to see him, so he can't get a free ult off. My smite is not, but I don't need it. My Q actually does more damage than my smite. My Q just did like 800, almost 900 damage, and my smite does like 600 odds, so I don't need smite. A reason why it does so much is because it does percentage health damage based off how much missing health the enemy has, so it really destroys low health stuff in general. I really want to try and get this Caitlyn, but I don't know whether she's going to buy. Oh, Leona's not here. Okay, that's nice. Come here, Caitlyn. Cam, give me kisses. Here we go. Oh my goodness, I can feel the pressure. I'm so nervous. You think you're safe? You think you're safe, Caitlyn? You're not safe. You're not safe, Caitlyn. Honestly. At least you got a bit of CS, I suppose. But now we're faced with the a bit of a dilemma as to whether or not what we want to do about this Shyvana. So if you're playing top lane and you're strong, I think this is a really smart thing for her to do. Like if you press tab, look at her score, she's 2 for 2. Like that is not really an impressive scoreline. However, in the context of this game as we're playing it, oh shit. Okay, I'm not dead, that's fine. Yeah, in the context of this game as we're playing it, Shyvana's doing quite well because she's kind of just putting us under pressure and stuff by pushing that top lane. So it's kind of, does he have not got any boots? No, he's not going to get that. So that's kind of what you want to be doing. I always think of pressure. For junglers and top laners, you don't really have like... I don't want to die to her burnout. Oh shit. No, I'm ignited. I didn't expect the flash, goddamn. I thought I could, well no, I thought I was safe because I could just like jump away and flash and stuff, but I didn't expect the flash fear. Maybe I should have anticipated that, but whatever. Yeah, so we just got a little bit greedy then. We probably could have actually got some kills then and maybe played it a bit poorly, but whatever, I just got a bit greedy. So, like I was saying, pressure for junglers and top laners is a big deal. Like, your score isn't so much of a big thing. Like, I always think of, when I think of this argument, I think of Jax. Jax top lane. Like, whenever I play versus a Jax, especially if he's fed, he's a huge issue to deal with. Like, he's really hard to play against. But then at the end of the game, you look at his score and he'll be something like, you know, 9 for 8. Or something like, really not that impressive. Like, considering how hard they carry in the game, their score isn't, it doesn't mean anything. And I think a lot of people put a lot of weight on the score that they get at the end of the game when, you know, there's only so much that stats can tell you. When it comes to things like, you know, like when it comes to pressure and just stuff like that, and the plays that you've made, you can't see those in stats, which is why people who say, oh, I go 10 for 1 each game but I can't carry noobs, it doesn't really mean too much, because I don't feel as though those stats necessarily, I mean, there's more to stats than, there's more to winning games than just your stats, basically. I mean, your stats are often a good indicator of you doing well and carrying games, but it's not the be-all and end-all. It's like win ratios, in my opinion, statistical win ratios on champions. Champions with low or high win ratios don't necessarily mean they're good or they're bad. Like Zed, for example, has a 45% win ratio right now, and he's like banned and picked in LCS all the time. Doesn't mean they're good or bad just by their win ratios. It's a good indication, but it's not, like I say, the be-all and end-all. So what this Shyvana was doing by pushing top was actually quite smart. Anyway, I need to be kind of careful here, because Fiddlesticks can be a real issue for me, like, or for everyone basically. If he gets a good ult off, if we can see Fiddle, then we don't really have to be afraid of him. He's right here, guaranteed. If we can see him, then it's hard for him to ult and get us that way, but there he is. I'm actually not gonna. Oh my goodness, I'm on 7 health. I didn't think that would do so much damage to me. But I actually. Oh, sugar plums. Oh my goodness. This is warded, I guess. Holy crap! I'm so scared. I'm gonna go bot. He's already used his. He's already used his Zhonya's, so he can't actually bait me unless he fears me. I'm not gonna chase though. I don't want to be face checking stuff. Holy crap! I was so scared then. So yeah, like I kind of figured Fiddle would be in this bush because that was the only place he could be, just by process of elimination. But I wasn't really afraid of him. I didn't think he would do too much damage to me. But so I didn't even jump. Like I stood there and fought him for a little while. I didn't even just jump away. Like I was actually standing there and trying to fight him and trying to kill him. But he did so much damage to me and I didn't really appreciate that. So I was really close. I almost died. But that's why I bought these Merc Treads as well. The MR is nice versus Fiddle, but more importantly, any kind of hard CC, like if you're playing versus Rammus or Fiddlesticks, I kind of think Merc Treads are a must. Unless, of course, you've got Ancient Golem, because you don't need... Tenacity doesn't stack, but it's... you kind of want... You need the Tenacity, basically. You don't want to get locked down by the fear. So I might actually buy... I mean... Shyvana does a lot of magic damage too, Leona as well. So getting some MR would probably be a kind of good idea right about now, and I'm actually heavily considering getting a Banshees. It's either a Banshees or a Hexring, because they're my two options. And I think I might go with Banshees, you know, because that stops Leona from engaging onto me as well. So I'm gonna go. That's a Horning, guys. I'm gonna go for Banshees if I start with my Spirit Visage. So. Right, so now we just need to be careful of Fiddle making too many plays around objectives. So if we try to do Baron and he's around, and he'll ult us and we'll all die. And we don't want that to happen. That's not really a great thing to be happening to us, all of us dying. But on the plus side, we heavily outfarm them. So individually, and we've just been playing better than them in general. So individually, we are stronger than them. But it comes down to a bit more than that, I think, at the moment. I really want to try and do this dragon, which is why I'm running up and down, but I don't want to hang this Rengar out to die. And also, if we go do drag and they like do Baron, then that is really not good. Obviously, you don't want to trade dragon and Baron. Fiddle's right here, I'm pretty sure of that. Or if he's not, he will be. He's definitely hanging around this dragon, that's 100% certain. I don't think we should contest this. Against a Fiddle ult, I mean it's 4v5, but it could be 4v5 for them and we would still lose this because of Fiddle ult. So we have to be extremely careful, but Leon just used her ult, so that's actually good for us. I think we can actually try and do this now. I use my Q and my Smite at the same time just for like an execute. And yeah, my W hits Aatrox as he's reviving, so I get an assist, yay. I should time that dragon. Let's see. So it takes 6 minutes to respawn. We did it at 25:39. So 6 minutes from then will be 31:39. That's when dragon's gonna respawn. Rengar maybe just pushed out a bit too far then, but he got a lot of damage off onto that tower, and as long as I don't do Baron out of it, that's fine, I guess. That death doesn't really mean too much. Just gonna farm up a bit more in my jungle here, so when I can go back, I can buy my Banshees. It's 1300, so Red's just respawn, but Lucian's quite fed. I'm very strong as well, but I have no problem giving my Red over to Lucian, because I know he's going to make good use out of it, because he is very, very strong. I don't really want to try and fight this Shyvana, because if I had Last Whisper, I probably would be able to beat her, but I'm a bit uncertain, and I don't really know where the enemy team is. I don't think anyone will come top lane, but they could come top lane, but more importantly, I'm just a bit unsure as to whether or not I could actually 1v1 her. I probably could. I've got a feeling I could, depending on the isolation situation. The isolation situation for the nation. But yeah, I'm just not going to risk anything. Like, if I die, then they can easily try and force Baron. And even if I don't think they could do Baron, but they could at least force it to the extent. And this is solo queue, mind you, as well. Like, you don't want to put your team in that situation where they have to. Oh my God, Rengar, please. You don't want to put your team in a situation where they're trying to defend Baron because you're dead. Because they're gonna die, like they're all gonna suicide and die. Like even if it's dumb and you know it shouldn't happen and it's easily defended, it's solo queue. Like you can't rely on your team to make those kind of plays. So yeah, I think it's a bit risky. Rengar split pushing bot lane. Whenever Baron is up, he needs to be careful of how much you show bot lane, because it does mean that they can take away Baron. But I think it's not too bad, because I think we're strong enough that if they want to try and do this 4v5, then it's actually going to be quite risky for them still. If we were a bit behind, or maybe more equal, I think, or depending on the team comp, I suppose you could say, it could be kind of scary. So, but we can maybe try and do this, but I'm not a big fan of this decision when there's just 3 of us and no AD carry. We could actually, it's warded. No, like yeah, that was another thing I was gonna say as well. Like we don't have any wards, we don't have any sweeper. We hadn't swept it basically. I mean it's been swept now obviously, but it hadn't been swept at the time. So if it was warded, then we were playing right into their hands. But if we did have the sweeper, then it's different. I'm not sure what this guy's doing. Aatrox is playing ridiculously risky. I know we couldn't pick him off right there, but now again, this is a bit of a risky call. I mean, this is actually kind of good for us because it's 4. There's 4 of us here, and there are just 2 bot lane. And I take this away really, really quickly. But against a Fiddlesticks, this is ridiculously scary. If Fiddle ults in here, we're all screwed. And I have to stay in the pit as well. Like I can't zone them or anything because I've got the smite, so I need to stay in. Now we get that, but I was very, very close to dying there, and if I had died, we would have lost Dragon. We would have lost Baron and probably thrown the whole bloody game. So that's why that kind of play is risky. Fiddlesticks didn't even get in, but because Fiddle was such a threat, we had to use quite a lot of our resources to try and stop him getting in. So it meant that I think there was like Lucian was the only person in the Baron pit with me, so it was kind of scary actually, really bloody scary. But yeah, so if you'll notice this game, I haven't really done too much snowballing. Like I got fed and then just stopped doing stuff. But look at my farm, like I'm still getting fed. I'm just not doing it by getting kills. I mean, I'm level 16, which is really high. So I always evolve my pretty much always evolve my ulti 3rd, because I just find that the 3rd use, the fact that you can use 3 of your ults, is pretty good. Compare it to your W, like really, there's nothing. Like, I'm literally doing a video on this as we speak. Partially the reason I wanted to play Kha'zix to get clips, but it's the W is just nothing special. Like your ult is nothing special, but your W is just really useless. That it doesn't matter. It's just like, it's like when you go to a bar to pick up girls and like a club or something, and there's like an average looking girl there, but she's got some really ugly friends, so she looks like she's the real catch. And then when it's like the morning after or something, or you get her number and you look her up on Facebook and you're like, I don't know. I swear she was better looking than that. That's kind of what it's like with my ulti. I can be sitting here and be like, oh yeah, my ult's really good. Evolving my ult's really nice. I get 3 uses of it. It's great. Really, that's not really the case. The reason I'm evolving it mostly is because if I evolve my W, it's pretty pointless. So grouping up now is a very good idea because we all have Baron. We want to try and make the plays now and force things down. With a Ziggs, it's quite easy to force things down because he can siege very nicely by chucking bombs out at people, but this is always the risk when you're hard engaging under tower against a Fiddlesticks. He comes onto you and rips you a new one. This Shyvana is beating the utter shit out of me. How the hell did that not kill him? So that's kind of, I didn't really play that fight too well because I was just standing there attacking Shyvana for a long time. I didn't really think I needed to do anything actually, but but Shyvana actually was beating the crap out of me, and that's kind of how you play assassins in team fights, or how you don't play assassins in team fights. In the current meta especially, like if you're just standing there trying to go toe to toe with people, then you're often going to lose because you don't really have that much. Like, I have a lot of damage, but Shyvana, even though she's built mostly full tank, still has more damage than me, or at least in a 1v1. Like, she's very tanky, and how much damage she has, basically she beats me up. But what I did at the end then was pretty much what you want to be doing. I was just baiting the crap out of my team, and then I was just like for Caitlyn, I just flash jumped on her face and killed her, and then jumped back out again. And on for Fiddlesticks, I did the same thing. I jumped on his face, although my stated Q didn't actually kill him because he's got a lot of armor apparently. I think they just did they just surrender? Okay, I thought they surrendered and she was just jumping in to see if she could survive, and she just died. But nope, they didn't surrender. They will, but they haven't yet. Holy crap, that damage. I don't know what that was, but that absolutely destroyed Caitlyn. Let's see. Where's the Zhonya's? There it is. Rango, mate, you is mental. Wow, this does so much damage. Get him! Oh my god, he killed Caitlyn, holy shit. That was so funny, like, that wasn't even aimed at Caitlyn. She was just standing there the whole time. He could have just blown her up at any time, and didn't, but I don't think he realised how much damage he had. He actually tried to kill Aatrox. I don't see, well, whatever. Alright, so there's my Kha'zix jungle commentary, guys. GG, well played.